Okay. Peace and blessings, all my beautiful people. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Okay, all my beautiful people out there, I missed you guys, man. A lot going on in these YouTube streets as well as our communities, and I don't know. It's kind of like I'm iffy on if this thing is going to get any better. In other words, I want to send some healing energy to the families out there in Philadelphia at that Fairmont Park event where there was a gathering of families, and some young, you know, some young folks came around and they started airing the place out with these high-powered weapons, and unfortunately 2 people got killed. And yeah, man, it's just I don't know, man. There's a lot of things going on that it still boggles me that people are thinking like this after they see the results of other people going through it. And it's almost like a mindset that's it's just like stuck on chaos. Like, I don't know where. I mean, there's one thing when pain makes you do things or makes you make this decisions off of your pain, and it just doesn't turn out your way. But it's another thing of just living a lifestyle of destruction, and what that in turn does is it hurts a lot of people, y'all. It hurts a lot of people. I seen it on the news, and that right there, it's scary. That's scary to know that they're gonna, no matter who's they have. It was like a family gathering out there in Philadelphia, and you mean to tell me that, and the guns that they were using, you can hear it as the news clip played. You can hear the types of guns that they had. It's kind of like, man, we're in a place right now that people have this, like I said, like this chaos mindset going on. Like, if they don't have it, if they don't get it their way, they're gonna ruin it for everybody. That's not the way to go, and I was very saddened by that. Also, then again, I seen out in L.A. I guess there was a youth party, and it was in a place where they wasn't supposed to have the party, I would say. And then the cops came to break the party up and send people on their way, and they just couldn't take that, and they start burning down the whole place. And it's like, man. But I'm hoping you guys having a good day. It's out in the skies in New York. It's very gloomy, and it doesn't match how I feel though, because I feel good. I feel good today, but it's just a certain amount of things I wanted to speak to you guys. I didn't get a chance to speak to you. Good morning. Good morning. Anybody seen? No, I didn't see Perp. Who is that? Perp Benjamin. What's going on with that? Anybody seen it? What's that about? Good morning. Good morning. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. I don't know. I didn't hear anything on that, but another thing is, I seen this. I seen just recently seen the video of Tory Lanez, the stabbing in prison, and all I gotta say with that, it looks like, from me looking in, it looks like the guy was trying to kill him. And I'm hearing now Tory Lanez is out here in New York, you guys. So I heard that they shipped him from LA, and he's out here in New York. So he doesn't have to spend his time anymore in that prison, which is a safe thing for him, because I feel like that prison it's more gang organized. And being that he's a high risk, I just think that he made a lot of mistakes too by even trying to go into general population and not trying to get some PC, because you are who you are. Your accomplishments can raise the level of how people look at you. And yeah, man, prison is not a cool thing either. Prison is one of those things where when you end up in there, you lose opportunities to become greater, and you lose the opportunity and the time to just better yourself. And it's sad out there. Let me see, what's his name, Ben? Oh, they've been searching for him since last year. Is that somebody? Is that political, or is that like a prison escape, or is that somebody that's wanted? Like, what's going on with him? What did he do that made him? They made them want to search for so long. People are out here doing the most, you guys. That's one thing I'm noticing. Like, people, at this point at this point in time, the type of the world that we're living in, I should say, even if you do even if you don't get up and do anything, you're doing better than the person that's going out there and trying to harm people and do, wrong to people. You'll have a better chance at living and enjoying your life. And that's crazy to say, but I see so many people can't enjoy themselves because of their environments. There's a lot of youth that want to, they want to stay away from all of this violence, but the violence is so much in their face that they have to walk through this just to get into a peaceful place. It's absolutely crazy. I feel like people are taking on, it's I just can't. It's not one person or one thing to point the finger at. It's We have to all understand it. It's an individual thing. The more you respect yourself and your family, the lesser chances of you having to go out there and do something, whether it's somebody your friends doing it or somebody else is up to no good and you want to participate with it. You're gonna most likely don't want to be around that because you know what it you know the end story. You know where it can lead to. And we have a blueprint of what not to do, but it's up to the youth to want to follow it. The more the violence is being promoted like it's a tough thing and it's the right thing to do, that's the more they're gonna go down that route because they hurt. Some of the youth are hurt, and they don't even know it's not necessarily all their fault. With prices being raised, some families can't afford certain things for their kids, and sometimes they go other places to try to get it, and sometimes those places are not, necessarily the best places for them to go, or they can, end up in trouble behind the things that they're doing. So, even like in Philly with the Philly shooting, right? I believe that was the commissioner or one of the police agents over there, and they was explaining how they do have things set up for mental health. They have things put in place for, like, the youth to go play basketball and computers. They have things in Philadelphia that's put in place, but it's up to the youth to go out there and want to be a part of that. And right now, it seems to me that the cooler thing to do in their eyes is to be the tough guy. We're still on that measure of somebody scaring somebody else and they're feeling they're getting something out of that. It's scary. He owes 60,000. He owes $60,000. That's not a lot to be, on the run and going crazy for. That could be paid off in payments, or what's going on with $60,000? I don't know, man. People are doing the most. That's why I always like to tell you guys, money and everything. You gotta work on your relationships and build. Start worrying, like, start worrying about just a dollar amount. Because look, this guy's running for $60,000. I don't know how serious that issue is, but there's a lot of you have to work on the people that you want in your life and you want around you, and you have to make sure everybody just always check up on your people and make sure everybody, at least the ones that's going to be closer around to you, check up on your people and make sure their mental health is still stable and still, ask people how they're doing. I know, like me, myself, you ask me how I'm doing, I'm like, I'm good. But if you really know me, you want to get to know me better, then you dig deep. Once you get past the I'm good, then you can get in detail, how I'm actually feeling. And I think that's what people just got to check up on their peoples, man, because there's a lot of things going on. Some people get affected by the things that they see on social media, and it doesn't necessarily have to do with them. And that causes some kind of mental issues. And then you got others that's actually having to deal with it out there in the street. So I see it. It's so crazy, man. It's almost like people are there. It feels like people are in certain places are giving up, and that's not what you want to do. You always want to keep pushing forward no matter what. You keep pushing forward no matter what. You take your stepping stones and you get over these hurdles. But a lot of people can't deal with it. It's not easy. I see a lot of young folks, especially like having babies at a early age and not wanting to take care of their kids because they find out after how hard it is in these times to do that. And I see a lot of that going on. I see a lot of stuff on social media that I'm just like, wow, it amazes me every single time. But everybody has to know, no matter what problem you have, somebody else in the world had this problem, or there's a group of people that had this problem before. And 9 out of 10 times, it's people that got out through these problems and got through it. And if you can just search for that, and you can find that, then that will make it much better and easier for you to, understand what you're going through is not forever, because a lot of these environments that I'm seeing, like even in LA when they started like burning down the place, that's a mental thing. That's like, I can't get what I want, so I must destruct and make you feel this. And people don't know that when you do things like that, you're burning down places and you're ripping apart the streets, and it's not even for a cause. It's just like, just because you didn't get what you want, people are gonna start treating you how you treat other people, and you don't want that, because that's a scary way to live. I don't know, man. I see a lot of things going on, man, that I just don't agree with. Jumping into this whole Diddy situation. So Diddy, he's from the last time we spoke, I didn't get a chance to speak to you guys. So we're hearing that Capricorn. She entered the court, and she just spoke her truth. When you're surrounded with this Diddy case, and I'm not saying that everything is sticking to the wall, but up to this point, I don't know how y'all feel about it, but it gets sad and sad, and I'm just saddened by it, because it's not only that it's draining, but there's people just displaying his character, and I haven't heard anybody say anything really too good about him. And I don't know how he dug himself in this type of hole where, he just used his power just to be honest with you, even if you want to play these sexual games and things like that, and you have to be safe with what you're doing, and you have to make sure that the people that's doing it with you are willing to do it with you and want to do it with you, because you have so much to lose. I think we should take our mind, if you really think about it, a lot of people for the past 10 years, they've been going down for like sex and greediness and things. It's like, what makes, like, I know, and don't get it twisted. We all love sex. We all love sex. But at the end of the day, it's like the over sexualization of everything. Even got the youth thing. I seen 3 little girls pregnant, and all 3 of those girls had close to the same age. I think 2 of them was 12 and 1 of them was 13. And it's illegal stuff going on, over sexualization. The kids don't even know. They're looking on social media. They're seeing everything in a sexy type of mindset, and type of their lens is seeing everything sexy and everything provocative and in your face, and they're taking that, and now they feel like that is what it takes to gather and gain love. And now they go out there, and there's people out there, whenever if there's gonna be a vagina, there's gonna be a penis. There's just how it goes. So there's gonna be somebody, their balance is off, and they're grown people sleeping with them young people. I said, man, it's crazy out here. And I don't want to hear about, in certain places they get to do this, get to do that. Living in New York, the experience has been, up until this point, it's been great for me. I never seen so much destruction until these times now. Like in my earlier, younger days, I never had to witness any of this stuff, and I never had to, see little young girls getting pregnant at that age. And we're at a point where some people are just doing too much and not realizing how it could affect the people just looking on. And I see it all the time. I don't know, I don't know how to prevent that, because it's not like, now with social media, they can look up anything they want, I don't know, man. I see more and more, I see people just going the wrong route because they don't really know the right route. And the information is there, but you just have to get the right information that suits you best. Not everything is going to suit you, Some people, they can't take in certain things. And some people just want to concentrate directly on them being an entrepreneur, and they don't want to see what's going on in the world. That's okay. That's okay. It doesn't make you blind to that stuff. It just lets you know that you might not be able to have all that to, your intake. That might affect what you're doing going forward in your life. So that everything ain't for everybody. But it seems like social media bunches it all up on one, and we have to go through this palette of good, bad, evil. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I still have hope for us, and I still hope that as human beings, man, we could have some more better understanding and solve our problems a little better than what's been going on. Even with the police, there's a lot of that people don't really speak about. A lot of police are unaliving themselves because of their jobs, their careers, and just what they have to deal with on an everyday basis. Nobody really talks about that, And, you always get the pointing the finger, oh, he did this, he did that. But realize that we're all human. We're all human here. We're all human. So I want people to really start, nowadays, you got to start thinking for the other person, even if you don't know them, And in other words, like you see somebody wilding in the street, you make your decision at that point, I'm not, is either help them or go the other way. Get away or go the other way, you know? And that's, you have to keep your eyes open and your mind open to the, you know, to anything that can, anything can happen in these times. Sad, sad, sad stuff, man. And this Diddy case, I'll be honest with you, it's like, I see it pulling people down, but at the same time, I see it's an opening eye. It's an opens your eyes to, you know, you can achieve whatever you want to achieve, your goals, your dreams, whatever you have that you feel like you can achieve. You can do that on your own, because when somebody puts in a helping hand in certain times and they don't have the best for you, it's going to ruin your dream regardless of whether it be in the beginning or the end. Something, they're going to want something out of it. Understand what people want out of you. Understand what you have to offer people, and then you can play with that and value yourself a lot more. Because, man, you know, like, we're gonna hear some more nasty stuff, and there's gonna be a lot of stuff piling onto this case. But as I look from just the outside looking in, and I'm just looking at the man, like, he was once this guy, you know, this big mogul figure, and I never thought he could. I wouldn't even think he would go this route, but you never know people's life. You never know what they've been through as a youth. Maybe there's some way, somehow he was abused, or certain things happened, or him losing his father made him. But when you take losses, that's when you have to stack up on your wins. You don't just go and make other losses. No, you stack up and you thank God, because he had his blessings. You know, he became a mogul. But when you get to that point, where I guess I feel like, where else is there to go in his mind? And he just laid on this area of where the sexual, you know, deviance, this sexual, you know, like, control. He just started going into that. I don't know, man. All of that over sexualization, people don't even understand that. You know how so many people are probably addicted to porn more than ever in these times than before. Not even realizing it. I look at porn, but I don't go crazy on porn, you know, like, and I'm feeling like, yeah, you know, if I was younger and as a youth, and I was really, really young, and the porn was just all in my face, and so accessible, yeah, that might have made a change a little, maybe a little step in my bop. You know what I mean? Maybe it might have changed a little bit, might have, you know, but I mean, don't let things control your mind, whether it be porn, whether it be fashion, whether it be money. You have control over the things that you keep up here, man. Trust me. Life is more than that. It's worth more than that, man. Don't walk with that chip on your shoulder all the time, because when that chip is on your shoulder and you go out there walking, you're going to bump into somebody that got a chip on their shoulder. And then when you all meet, then it's going to be, you know, it's like almost like somebody's gonna get hurt in this situation. Y'all can't come to any conclusions because y'all both walking with the chip on your shoulder, you know? So, man, you know, I know with the guns, man, man, I can't speak too much on it, because you do have to defend yourself. But it's also another thing, is, you know, going out there and knowing that you can avoid a lot of situations instead of just putting yourself in a place where you gotta defend yourself. Because, and think about it, just being, you know, just being a man or a black man in these times, people could misjudge you for some and think of you as somebody else. You might have been just defending yourself, but from a distance it looked like you was causing the harm, because we're dealing with that much violence in a lot of communities around the world. So you don't want to put yourself there. You want to kind of find yourself in a place where you're trying to make a better you, if you don't see that in yourself at this moment in time. And social media has a way of putting this fake mirror up and making people feel down on where they're at in their life, but not knowing that, or when you see things that you want to achieve and you see things that you might want to change around, it starts there. It didn't start yesterday. No, it starts when you find that awakening of, okay, I want to do something different. I want to do this better, or I could have did this better. Once you start, like, you know, like, critiquing yourself, you start concentrating on the things that can make you better. That's when you start becoming better, you know? Like, it's all, no matter what you see, clothes, jewelry, people getting killed for, it's all a mindset. That's all a mindset. If you can trigger yourself to say, you know what? I don't want jewelry. I don't want to go out there like that because these people are after me, and this is what they'll be aiming for when they see this. They're going to see this before they see who I am. Once you change your mindset, then that becomes less of value to you. And you'll start realizing the real value is what you have inside as a person. I don't know how much more I can tell you guys this, but it's almost like people are gonna accept you for the person that you present. And if you're not presenting your actual true self, then you haven't presented your true self. So now you have to live up to this image that you want them to perceive you as. Don't want to be that way. You want to highlight your flaws. You want to show people you're not perfect. Not all of this I never can do anything wrong or I'm the toughest. That type of energy always breeds a challenge. And it's not going to be a challenge where it's going to be worth it in the end. So you got to think of things that you can get your mind off of, the things that just really upset you, the people that make you feel a certain way. Get them out of your life. I saw the Diddy trial on YouTube. Yeah, he has a chance. I'm not saying he doesn't have a chance of getting off. I'm not saying he doesn't have a chance of getting off. If they don't have the right information that garners what they're talking about as like for sex trafficking, things like that, then he will get off. Beyond all of that, I try to like put myself a little ahead of the time. And I'm saying if Diddy does get out, for me, what I would love to see, and I know it's going to be hard for the hip hop community to digest it this way, but I would love to see if Diddy comes out, he really turn his life around. He really turn back into that puff daddy, and do good for people, and not say he has to pay everybody back or whatever people feel like he owes them, but just say turn his life around, be that family figure that his kids thought he was, or just try to get all his wrongs and turn them into a right thing, and fix his life, the way he looks at it, his outlook of things, and that'll be cool, because our real judge is God, the Most High. At the end of the day, it'd be sad if he come out and he just use his energy to go, get revenge and all of this and that. That type of energy, that's like snake energy. But if he can turn his life around, I feel like we all need, even though some people get second, third, fourth, fifth chances, I feel like everybody deserves a chance to, if they want to really in their heart change their life around, I feel like everybody deserves that chance. Now, the only reason I would say that it would be bad if he comes out and then he start taking his money and start like how Freddie P said that he'll be getting back at people with revenge. Now, that's not good, because what that does is once you start harming people and you start scaring people, people are gonna have their only chances are gonna be to fight them back. Right now, I'm hearing in the course that they're trying to seize his money. So they're trying to seize his money, and I think the reason why they're trying to do that is not only because of the money, but the reason why they're trying to do that is because he inflicted a lot of his power through his money. And I feel like they feel like if they seize a certain amount, I guess that would tame him. But you have to be right within yourself before anybody could see the change in you. That's the way I look at it. If I'm not right within myself, I could tell you guys anything and it won't fly anywhere. But if I start fixing myself and the wrongs that I did, and I'm like, oh no, that really works, and I bring it to you guys, then that makes it much better of a meal for this food for thought. It makes it that way. It makes you a better person, that you can change yourself in front of the public's eye and still help them to change themselves, whatever they got going on. So I'm hoping that even if he does make it out, I'm still wishing the best, and I'm still hoping that he wouldn't go and get revenge, and he wouldn't go chase down people and just fix his life to the person that we thought he would. He was really. So I don't know. He said Diddy ain't never coming back, and how do you reform that kind of mind? I know, I know. Let me see, bro. He made an old lady take a home loan. Wow. Got the devil. Wow, I'm sure that he put money in. Yeah, he did a lot of slick stuff. I heard a lot of crazy stuff too, man. Um, and I heard that he did put the money in his mother's account and things like that. And I heard that he owns publishing All these people stuff, get right with people. How you do so many people that? I don't know. But even, look, prison, whether they have him in prison or not, I still feel like he has to change his life, his thinking. So whether it's in prison or outside of prison, that has to change. We don't really have a lot of places for people with mental health like that can really, in these times of mental health and so many things going on. But yeah, I'm not saying he's a good person. I'm just saying that he did a lot of bad things to people that I can't even understand up to this day, how he'll go so far to try to get the things that he wants. Me personally, when it comes to like females and things like that, like if a female doesn't give me any energy that she's feeling me, I don't want to take anything from her or keep her occupied because I don't want her to be with somebody else. You know what I mean? Like I want, like, that's why I'm always open to the people that got love for me. And once you have that type of energy, it welcomes love in. So it gives people a better chance to understand who you are as a person. If you just go out there and be like, I want her. No, you can't have her. She's married, for Christ's sakes. She's with this guy, and you're exuding this power where you're taking from people. Eventually, that karma always comes back. They say how you meet him is how you leave him. So I can't get mad at what you guys are saying. You guys are absolutely right. I've heard so many different things that he's done to people, and that's the scary part about it. Like that's the scary part. That sometimes money can take you and bring out the worst in you, and sometimes people can control it. And like when some people get money, they want to help people and they want to feel it with the person. They'll go, like, a random person, go help them out, and you get some good feeling about that. Like, you feel good about that. And then there's people that when they get a whole bunch of money, they want to take stuff. I want this, I want that, I want her, she's mine, because they know that people will steer towards the richness and as far as your bank account, but not the wealth as far as you being a good person. So I can see where that can go left, but man, I just, and also Cassie, I believe she's in labor or she had the baby. Congratulations to her on her third child. It's just how life works. Keep on lifing and keep. I hear people talking about her and saying that she was this and that, but let me tell you something. Nobody, whether they was doing a lot of kinky stuff or some weird stuff with the baby oil, nobody deserves to get beat up, thrown around, even if she participated with you and you still mean that when she doesn't want it from you, you take it from her. It doesn't give anybody the right to take from anybody. And this goes for a man or a woman. There's guys that get raped by girls too. It's just, this is what we're dealing with. So it's not right. It ain't right. And I'm not saying that she did anything wrong. What she did I feel like the only thing that she did wrong was jumping from man to man, knowing that these are opportunity moves that could sometimes mess you up in your path. But does it deserve her being beaten and abused? No. Those are just bad decisions. Sometimes the bad decisions you make put you in a place, and now you feel like that it's almost that, like, the grass is green on the other side, and then you get over there and you see the grass is fake, and what you had before you can't get back because that person fell in love with somebody else. You got to be grateful and thankful of the people that want to love you. That's what I'm into. I'm not into like just wanting, like, forcing somebody to love me. No, if you got love for me, then there's no way I'm just going to just throw you away because you're going to sit on my mind. You're going to sit on my mind. And that's when the love starts building, and then you work it out from that point. But I just can't see him just beating this. No, I don't see him just beating it and he walks out like Teflon Diddy and I'm gonna get you, because that type of energy, number one, it doesn't last long in New York. I don't know where other places, maybe, and I'm pretty sure not Los Angeles, but that type of energy, when you start acting too big for your bridges, that's when the ship starts to sink and everything starts going downhill. We need more people that's going to have a loving mindset and a leadership type of mindset so we can guide all the youth. Don't you see how the youth are taking out their problems? I've seen, and I've seen even parents mad at their kids for sleeping around. It's the sexualization. So that's been implemented. So I'm seeing like older folks going for younger folks and things like that. And I'm not saying that it's as long as it's legal, it's legal. But I'm just saying it's just a perception of how social media pictures it, and people feel like they have to fit in that space. What you guys are saying stays. Okay. Yes, yes, I see. I seen that too. You know, you're so right. You're so right, John. A lot of people support Diddy in silence, and is that a wrong thing? Not really, because I feel like if they had those, the people that support him in silence are the ones that they don't want to be put on the forefront of this, and they don't want to be looked at a certain way, and they knew him for a certain time, and they might know a different side of Diddy that they're explaining right now, because that happens too. That happens too. People are, I don't feel like everybody's in Diddy's life that knows him, but maybe their experiences with him didn't show this side, and they never seen this side. But then you have people like Dawn and those people saying that no, he would do this type of stuff in front of people. So it's kind of like at that point people are like, whoa, who's this guy? You know, like who's this? Is this a new guy? He's trying, all of that type of energy. You guys, you don't understand how sick and tired I was just hearing all of that nonsense, man. How we could do that to people, especially when you have so much. And man, how could you, to me personally, this one thing of, you could have $1 billion, but you don't have 1 billion years to live, right? And I feel like there's a certain point where you get that you can turn around, you can help people, you can switch perception, you can, but people choose to use this power, and who does it hurt? Their own people. I don't get that. I just don't get that like about it. Like, is there something that's going on while you're on your way up that makes you feel like you have to do this to people, or you have, because you can't buy love. We know that for a fact. Love is never on sale. You can't buy it. If so, it'll be a long line and people just buying love and getting the hell out of here. Love is something that you gotta earn that. You have to earn that. It's a trust that comes with a respect, and then it gets to the sexual part, and it gets to that bonding. But without knowing who you are, how could you even go out there and want somebody to love you? I think he was lost a long time ago, especially, and I, to his family, as far as like his kids and things like that, I'm hoping that they don't turn out with that type of energy. He got two beautiful twins. He got his sons. I don't think they want to go out there with that energy. I think they see a little further than he does, because they seen their father change, like change faces, change. I don't believe that he was all through his career he was like this. I feel like there's a point when those drugs came into his life, and that all this new stuff that's going on, and I think that's when the changes started really taking effect. And that's where, you can hurt your family by just not realizing what you're doing to other people. They see you doing it to other people. They see you hurting her and beating on her and getting away with it. But after a while, they look, they're like, man, that's my pops, like doing all that. It's like, trust me, it don't make you, it don't make you any. I'm not with the tough stuff. I stay far away from the tough stuff, man. I'm not trying to go out there like I'm tougher than you. I'm more a man than you, or I have more money than you. I got this better car than your car. I'm not trying to be on that type of time, man. Like all of that right there says to me that comes with insecurities, you know. Then you got to do so much to get your point across, or do so much to try to prove something to somebody. It just shows how much you don't have it and how much you don't know. And growing up the way I grew up, man, I've had a chance to see it from all different angles, and I chose to be in this peaceful place because I know I'm closer to the people that love me. And I know no matter what somebody point out this and tell me about how I'm this or how I'm that, I know who I am as a person. And once you carry that type of energy, can't nobody out there tell you, oh, you're softer than him or this and that. Because life is more to life than that. There's more to life than just going out there and harming people. I don't see where that comes into good play. What's going on, y'all? Salute, salute. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Where y'all tuning in from? Where you committed crime? I know his sons committed crimes because it's not the fact. See, his sons might have committed crimes, right? But it's the fact that they see their dad getting away with it, so everything might not be a big deal to them until they see their dad put in a position where he can't buy himself out of it. Now they're realizing and they're looking back on their life. They should be looking back and thinking, man, I think I did Shorty kind of wrong. I shouldn't have spoke to her like that, or I shouldn't have did this or did that. And this is when you start correcting yourself. You know, as a man, you're gonna. It's always a point in time in your life, even even females, where they start correcting their moves. You know, like, and it comes a time where you start realizing, like, nah, you know what? I'm not pointing out nobody as the problem. I'm the problem. Let me start fixing me so that I can see things a little clearer than what's actually going on here. I don't know, man. I try. It's been a big mess. It's almost, and you know, it's been a mess to that whole Papoose and Remy situation too. People don't get it in these times. You got two people arguing. They are married, for Christ's sakes. They are married. It's not a boyfriend and a girlfriend relationship. And then they split in their own ways. They have kids. They have family. It's not just easy to get up and just go your way. You know what I mean? When you're married, it's not just that easy. I understand they both found love on each side. Yes. But take a little understanding into that these are two people that once loved each other and now they're their worst enemies. It's not gonna sound good or look good to us. But we know what's going on. It boils back to this whole social media. It's an extra add into everybody's relationship when it comes down to social media. It's something that, like before your lady, she wouldn't have told you how many guys on a daily, waved at her because she just goes about her day. And if she respects herself and she respects you as her partner, then that's just a normal routine. But with social media, people get to see how many days, like I'm beautiful, you're beautiful, and the comments, and it's a lot, it's a lot. And sometimes somebody comes out on top, and sometimes people get the short end of the stick. And in these cases with social media, they always like to paint these pictures, and now this relationship is getting compared to this relationship, and it's two different dynamics. No relationships are the same. They might both have both relationships filled with love, but the love is always different according to everybody and how they bust it up together. But it's a lot of messiness going on. Let me see if I got anything to give somebody a shout out here. Shouts out to Cardi B with her beautiful self. She's receiving an ASCAP award, so that's gonna be pretty dope. And everybody's still waiting on Cardi's sophomore album. That'll be dope. The females right now, I'm proud of the ladies. When it comes down to hip hop, the ladies been holding it up for a good second now. They've been holding it up, doing what they do. I'm just wishing that they could, sometimes they take it a little bit too sexy or too this or too that, but who doesn't in hip hop? So I'm just giving all the ladies a little shout because I never seen any time in hip hop where it was more dominant ladies than now in these times. So shouts out to all the ladies doing their thing. And yeah, man, I just randomly just wanted to say that. What else we have? Oh, we have some more on Diddy. What it says here? It says that Capricorn Clark, she spoke the truth. I believe her saying that Cassie's no Whitney Houston or no Mariah. It's absolutely true, and that's just how the world took it. But what she was an artist on that man's label, and what happened was that she didn't get treated the right way because she was more pushed to do this with him to get this out of him. And then when she wanted to, she couldn't really have too much say because he owned and everything was in his name. These are the power moves that, it's like I told you guys. Oh, it came to my head. It came to my head. Remember, I always tell you Diddy's a master manipulator. I don't know if you guys seen this. It just came up. I seen a trailer on it, and it's a game show. It's going to be on Fox, and it's called Master Manipulator. And it has like a whole bunch of people from a priest to a police officer. Like, it has so many different people in there, and they're all manipulating people. You guys got to check that trailer out. It looks like it's going to be a good show. I'm gonna tune into that. That looks like that's gonna be a really, really good show. It's like almost like I don't think it's like a reality. It is kind of like a reality show, but it just goes to show you that how many people would snake people for different things and lie to people dead in their face, and people like, what? I can't believe they lied to me. You said it so heartfelt, but you lied to me. You have to learn these certain things. I don't know if you guys always hear about the 48 Laws of Power, the book. I read that a while back, and to me, you can read it. Everybody's gonna read. You can read the same book, and everybody gets certain different things out of it. But when I look and see what other people are getting out of it, some people only want to take the stuff that they feel like they can benefit or get over on somebody. But there's a lot of jewels and a lot of things in the book that you can have a better understanding of how to protect yourself from these types of people as well. So it's always how you read and how you digest it and how you take it in. And this show that's coming up, it's coming up in a few weeks. It's on Fox. It's called Master Manipulator. You guys go look up that trailer and you'll see what I'm talking about. There's a bunch of different people competing, and they're all snakes. They're all crazy, and they're manipulating each other. It's just, it's one of those things, man. It's one of those shows. If it wasn't going to be on Fox, it was definitely going to be on Netflix. But it's on Fox, and it's going to be a good show, I believe. But that's the same thing. When you manipulate people, you tell them anything just to get what you want. That's not the way to live either. I think honesty and, standing on what you believe in, standing on your word, these are the things that make you who you are. And when you build trust with people, that's when people want to invest into you or even want to take you and give you better experiences. Because like I always tell you guys, a lot of people, they forget about this part, how they got rich. Like if you're looking to get money, it's all about information and the people you're around. If people around you are not feeding you the right information, or they don't have the information, then you need to put yourself in a space where you can finalize and start going through information with people and they see where you want to take it, and they have something to add to it, and then you guys come together, you make something work that you might not even have to show your face that you're behind it. You're just going to be making money, and it's going to pile up in your bank. It's all about the people you're around and the people that believe in you and trust in you. If they don't have any trust for you, it doesn't matter how much money you have or how much you're bringing to the table. Nobody's going to want to work with somebody that they can't trust. Or at least they work with somebody that can't see the project or whatever you got going all the way through. So it boils back down like what I always tell you guys. It boils around to the people that's around you. That's what it's all about. Let me see. Oh, Fivio Foreign, the rapper Fivio Foreign, he's been in prison since, I believe, or jail, excuse me, since January. And now it's looking like he's pleading guilty so he can get like maybe probation. And, rest in peace to Pop Smoke. Very promising artist. They just snuffed his life away out there in LA. And the Airbnb for showing his showing his address. I don't know, man. Nowadays it's kind of like, yeah, and it's a sad thing. Or if you show somebody where you are, somebody out there is gonna come kill you or come try to rob you and harm you. These are things you gotta really look out for. But Fivio, he was with Pop Smoke, one of his artists, and now he ends himself up in prison. I believe this was for, if I'm saying it right, you can correct me, he pulled a gun out on like a female or something like that. So now he's pleading guilty so he can try to get some probation. Look, prison, jail, all that stuff, it just ain't for me. It ain't my twist. I don't know about you guys, but me trying to prove myself that I did time here or there, I know a lot of people that's in prison right now. A few people that's in prison right now that I feel like if they was out in society, they would be good people out here. And if they just changed around what they had going on, or they wouldn't have ended up there, And these are people with big numbers. So, like, I don't want to ever like down those people, because there's always hope for everybody. We're not living in a world where everybody thinks the same way. There's always going to be hope. There's always ways you could turn your life around from the mistakes you made, but you still have to pay the time for the things that you did. But yeah, man, jail is not prison. I feel like people feel like you earn some kind of stripes by going in there because of the stories that's been told in the past, not realizing in these times it's taking a lot out of your life. It's taking a chunk of your life out because of just the process of it, the mental strain, the food, the people, the everyday people you're around. You're defending your life, the awareness that you're pushing your mind to an awareness that you wouldn't have to do in outside of prison. Now that awareness, you carry that outside, and now you're looking like sneaky. You're looking like you can't trust people because these are the types of conditions you had to fight while you was in there. And those things they don't really go with, like, they don't go with the people that I'm around. You don't want to go in somebody mansion or go in somebody's house and you looking around, or why is he looking at me? Oh, why you bump me? I'm sorry if I bumped you. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to put on that exterior and feel like that's the way of living life and that's what protects yourself. No, really what protects yourself is just being around the right people. Like, nobody want to hurt you. Nobody wants to be your op. The people that find you as an op and they don't even know you, you have to understand they have mental issues. They have mental issues, yo. They have mental issues. Before I forget, I want to shouts out to Andy Appleseed. Love you, bro. Shouts out to Choke No Joke. He just came back from Dubai. These are content creators. Choke No Joke, he had a great time in Dubai. He filmed a lot of great footage, and he had some great interviews up there. Shouts out to Gully TV. Gully TV just dropped he drops. Gully's trying to take it in I like what he's doing. He's trying to ask different questions to and different artists that you might have not been, privy to, or you might have not seen in a while. And he's asking different, because after a while, all of this stuff that, people are at, it's like the stories are being told over and over again. And I just wanted to give a few content creators that I see out there trying to do something a little different, regardless if it garners the views that they expected to now. In reality, and in the end, it'll always be more worth it and more valuable because it's something different. And I just wanted to, those are three people that I was just watching their stuff. There's a lot of people I can give shouts out that's doing really good on their channels. Like Anton Daniels, I watch him too. I watch Anton. He's a really smart guy, smart individual. Sometimes I don't always agree with what he says, but it doesn't give me, like, I don't look and say, oh, I don't like this guy. He's a great, it seems like a great person, got his life together. And you want to be around good people, man. You want to, even if they're not in your presence, you want to make sure that you big up the people that's really trying to do something with their life. Let people know that you appreciate what they're doing, because in these times, everybody got to look at you like, like it's some competition. No, it's not. It's not really competition. It's actually life. It's actually life that we're living. Salute my bro. Salute for sure, for sure. Did you guys hear? I don't know. I don't know if you guys, y'all probably be surprised at this, but I used to watch the Jersey Shore. Mike from the Jersey Shore, the situation, in other words, he owes 2.3 million in back taxes, you guys. I'm like, man, 2.3 million in back taxes. That means that you don't have, well, thank God in these times, there's a lot more ways you can take control of your finances. It's a lot easier in these times if you know where to go and what you're doing. That's a thing. But the situation, man, I remember watching Jersey Shore. I don't know if you guys watch it. Call me a lame if you think I'm a lame for watching Jersey Shore back in the day. But Jersey Shore used to be the shit at one time. So shouts out to them, and I hope he gets himself out of debt. This is a lot of things. A lot of times we see a lot of people going through this, like these back taxes and things like that. Even Dame Dash and things like that. You don't want to laugh at people and things like that. I don't ever laugh at people because of the mistakes they made, because we all make different mistakes. The more you got, the bigger the mistake, What you said, you should. Australia. I love Australia. Oh, I'm gonna check him out. Hold on. Let me see, what's his name? Demont from Australia. Let me write it down. I'll check him out. Let me see, Demont from Australia. Shouts out to Demont from Australia. Somebody's definitely they're recommending you, so you must did something good. I'll check him out. He's on YouTube. I'll check him out. I like travel vloggers. It said he served time for that with Donald Trump's old lawyer. Okay. It's your day off. Okay, shouts out to you. So today is your day off. You gotta take at least 10 to 15 minutes of your day to carve something out that's gonna benefit you on the side too, even if it's a side hustle or something you want to change in your life. Take 15 to 20 minutes just to think on that. Meditate with that mindset. I'm glad it's your day off though. I know how that feels. You can kick back, relax. I'm with you. I feel you. Oh, you meant Mike from Jersey Shore on the on the time thing. Okay, yeah. You think I don't know. You think he's facing Oh, he's facing time behind this. Damn, man. Damn. You know, I'm telling you, that whole Jersey Shore run, it wasn't easy. I mean, there's a lot of alcohol involved that changed some of them people and turned them into something else. But I think they made it out. They made it out pretty good, man. I love Jersey Shore. I love the whole cast. I loved everybody in there. It's just when the more money keep coming in, this is how you can just lose your way and not realize like, oh my goodness, I owe this on back taxes. Sometimes it's easy to fumble the money. It's easy to fumble the money. If you're not directly paying attention to it, by the time you spend past 1.5, you don't even realize that you just keep going. It just and now, to me, to be honest with you, man, he should have took. Oh man, it's just he's late on that spending because you start realizing if he saved it up and started spending in these times right now, well, you never know. I think he got more out of spending it back then than I would think in these times right now. Right now, everything is out here to drain your money. If y'all don't realize it, like I don't know if y'all see it like this, and I don't want to down anybody's companies, so I'm not gonna name the types. But the cars, you can buy a brand new car and you'll be back at the dealer trying to get something fixed on it because of electronics or this and that. And they just want, everything is like maintenance. Like when you buy something, at least in my time, when we buy something, it took a while for it to break. It took a while for it to like not be of quality like how you first got it. But in these times, it takes like a week or two, and now you're on this whole maintenance trying to keep up with this thing. It's like we're living in like some subscription culture that I just don't, I'm not feeling it. People are like pushing you into places where like, no, you'll be back because I'm guaranteed gonna be back because this, and this. It's like, no, what it should be is if I come back, that means that you did a good job of what I bought in the first place. I recognize that a lot, and when it comes down, like I always tell you guys, like with clothing, like the polo from back then to compare to the polo now they have to raise the prices of polo. I'm like, why are you doing this to people? I know the tariffs and things like that. Yeah, I know. But at the end of the day, you have to realize that there's people out there. There are people working hard just to keep a smile on their kids' face so their kids don't get lost and don't look up to that OG on the corner and don't go around the people with the guns. And there's a lot of things that they want to attach a price tag to everything, and when they do attach these big price tags on them, it's not even worth it. I know when something's worth it. You feel it. You want to be back. You want to do it again. But when it's not feeling like it's worth it, it's almost like they forcing you into buying like low quality stuff. Low quality stuff. I've seen this guy, he was speaking on how he bought a Rolex and different pieces in it with different, it's like, what's going on here? Are we trying to get over on each other? Or are we just trying to be honest with each other so we can build a business on some stable grounds here? I mean, the market, when it comes down to doing things easy, is so saturated that it shows you how desperate people are to try to survive through this thing. I see these things, and I hear things too. So you have to, it's just, I don't know. It feels like people are not concentrating on quality in these times. We're living with like in this chaotic culture. It don't go my way, I'm tearing everything up. Huh? I don't know, man. It's just the way I see it. Just some certain things that just, it boggles me, man. It plays over time and time and over in my mind. Oh, he already did time for tax fraud. You see, that's not, oh man, my guy Mike. Y'all know that's my name too. My name is really Michael, but when I was really, really young, people call me Mickey. But so he did time for tax fraud already. That means that he's making the same mistakes then. That's what you're trying to tell me. He's making the same mistakes, huh? Damn. You know, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I know Mike had a little, him and another cast member, they had a little thing that was going on with, he was dealing with alcohol. And sometimes when you're dealing with that unbalance that it gives you, if you don't have the right people around, you start doing things it's gonna hurt you in the end. It's sad, man, because that show alone, I know it made millions and millions of dollars, and for him to be 2.3 and back and went to jail for that, prison already for that, he's gonna be doing more time, man. He's gonna be doing more time. If he don't come up with that money sooner or later, they're gonna want that, and they're gonna throw him right back in prison. That's what it looked like. That's what it looks like. And that's crazy right there. Like, you make the money, but then you spend it wrongfully, and now you got to go to prison for it. Because, look, man, look, and I'm pretty sure a lot of that money was spent. If the money that he put into partying, alcohol, or whatever things that he didn't need, I'm pretty sure that probably could have paid off this debt. People just be doing the most just because they think they can. It ain't even worth it. I think what's more worth it is trying to invest in something that can make you live a comfortable life forever. And then whatever extras out of that, that's when you help other people to see that same understanding. Because if you really think about it, the more people that's happy around you, the more happier you're going to be as a person. You know how many people right now that don't want to go out there with their expensive items, don't want to go out there in these places because they don't want to be harmed for it, or people look at them for that and just take them out for that. It makes it uncomfortable to the people that work hard for the things that that they buy. I don't knock nobody, but at the end of the day, you have to be aware of how now you have to be aware of how the next person is thinking, or how your daughters and your sons are going out there, and who the people they're around. You got to kind of think for them. And as hard as that may sound, you got to do what you got to do, man. You're trying to save your peoples and the ones you love. It's always going to be a thing, until we find some way that, like, and realize, like, you're not my op, I'm not your op. I want to see you happy. I want to see you at your best, because when you're at your best, you perform at your best. I get better results out of you. I don't have to worry about, me and you in competition. I don't know you. So how are we in competition? I live my life, you live your life. I would like to see you at your happiness. If you like wearing a bunch of jewelry, and you like going out there, and that makes you feel good inside, why would I be mad that you go out there like that? The only reason that in these times that makes people mad is because you attract, when you do that type of stuff in places where other people are not surrounded by that, you attract this energy where you become the person everybody wants, and that usually leads to death. And that death usually leads to hurt families, and it's a whole trickle of how that plays wrong, But when everybody's happy and happy to see you doing good, then we have this love for each other that we wanna. Instead of me saying I want to take that from you, no, I want to look. I can help you out with this. Where'd you get the Rolex? I could get you one from this jeweler for this price, because from this, the conversations start changing. But when you feel like, oh, that guy's so and so is this, or he's the only one, or when he come around here, we gonna run up on his car. All of that type of energy, it just goes to show you that right there is the demons taking over. It's the demons. Demons only go for destruction, man. They don't have no other solutions but destruction, but to tear you down and say the most, and fight and cuss off everybody that they come encounter with. It's like, good people, we don't do that. Like, no, if I'm trying to solve a situation, that you telling me that I'm lower than you, this and that, doesn't affect me. All I want you to know is that you don't have to go around like that with that type of energy to say I'm somebody. You don't have to go at people that's, even if they're doing the same thing you're doing. You guys want to make music, you want to go out there and you don't have to do, you don't have to be offensive to certain people. Not everybody's gonna like you, though. Not everybody's gonna always like you, but you don't give people a reason to just build up this hate for you, and now you're just like, you feel like you're the most hated. That's not the way to live. That's not the way to live. I have more people that love me than hate me. The people that probably hating on me probably don't even know me. because they just built up this mindset. Oh, he said this, he said that. I don't like him. I don't really go about things like that. Like, just because I don't agree with you or something you might have said, or that doesn't mean I hate you. Hate is a strong word. No, seriously, like, like, some people make bad decisions. We all make bad decisions, but it doesn't mean that I hate you. That's crazy. I didn't, Oh, you were the one that told me to watch that. You see that? I didn't have it written down. Oh man, you see, you catch me. You catch me. Mini bear. Hold on. I don't have all the time in the world, but I'm gonna make it my business though. I gotta check it out. You know what I wanted to watch too? I wanted to there's a few movies that I missed. I seen on they was talking about the Final Destination. I didn't get a chance to see that. I always like to see like the domino effect of death and stuff like that. I like Final Destination. I wanted to see the latest one, so I gotta catch up with a few things. I gotta catch up with a few things. But I want you to, and let me see what I had something else I wanted to talk to you guys about before I get out of here, because I do have another video coming out after this. Oh, real quick, going back to the Remy and Pap thing, right? But it comes down to Remy and Pap, right? In between this argument, I heard something about somebody saying something about how about somebody's son, um, his son is gay, and they're bringing. All I want to say is don't bring the kids into it. Don't bring the kids into it. Their choices are their choices. Their life is their life. Do not bring kids into it, and do not make it an uncomfortable space for kids that's trying to find out their sexualities, because as much as the things that you believe in, it doesn't necessarily mean that God made us all, and I can't go into your brain and tell you why to think like that and why to do this, but try to always make it comfortable for the kids growing up trying to find themselves, especially sexually, because people don't know. People put this like time limit on people. People find themselves along the way. Sometimes it takes a little longer for people to find themselves, and sometimes people know who they are from the jump. Don't pull the kids in on your relationships, on your fighting. The only time you want to pull your kids in and talk about your kids on social media is when they reach their accomplishments. Don't be pulling them in there and start like talking about people's kids. Like, I don't get into all of that. I don't think it's right. I think that y'all are taking it too far. The more you poke at each other, the more it gets worse for y'all. So y'all both have your separate ways that y'all already see what's going on. We kind of understand what the situation is, and things can get sticky from this point on. But at the same time, when there's kids involved and there's family involved, there's a way you conduct yourself on social media. Saying the worst outlandish stuff just to be right, or just to get some kind of drawback from us watching, is not going to say too much about yourself. Man up, put on your big girl panties on the other side, and you guys try to talk this out behind the scenes, because whenever things get messy on social media, people are going to give you the best judgment. And sometimes people lay out what's best for y'all, and you're just not listening because you two are fighting. I see Pap and Clarice, they're in love. Remy and Easy, they're dating. So keep it like that for this point and work this, because you guys were, you broke your vows. We all know that. So I don't think anybody should, everybody knows that when, people are taking marriage like it's a walk in the park. Marriage is marriage, and having a girlfriend and a boyfriend is completely two different things. But we see in these times how some people don't take that to that seriousness. Don't involve the kids. If y'all got something going on that y'all got going back and forth, just don't bring the kids in it. That's all. That's all. Just don't have them in it, because they have their own life to live, and they're finding themselves. Give them a chance to make their mistakes and whatever things they have going on, and find their love in certain ways. Because looking from the outside looking in, it don't look good. I just wanted to make sure I told y'all that. And I was talking about Rem and Pap, and I was talking about the whole situation. Oh, you saw it? Yes, The Sweet Revenge. I gotta check it out today. I'm starving, you guys. I'm about to go get something to eat. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I have a video that I'm dropping right after this, maybe 10:30. I'll release it. I love you guys. I really always appreciate you guys for always showing me love and, you know, showing up Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I know sometimes it feels like it's just Mondays and Fridays, but I'll be having so many things going on. I got a couple things I got working on, and I'm feeling good about. So I have a new journey I've been starting, and I want to when I get some better results out and we get everything together, because we're in the baby steps. You know, it's baby steps to greatness. So we're in the baby stages right now working, and I'm always creating something. I'm always going to be investing in something. I'm always going to be here for you guys. And if you guys need any help on the things that you're doing, maybe I can help you. I'm always full of ideas. I can always throw you 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, you know. So thanks for tuning in. I love you guys. I appreciate you. The new video will be dropping today around 10:30. I'll release something for you guys. And yeah, man. Until next time, it's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Peace. I get up.